Hi, this is Doug with Date Night Ministries, and this is Triple M Married Men Monday. Married Men Monday. I'm so excited about this topic today. We're going to talk about a few things, and that topic is called inquisitive. Inquisitive. And so let's give you a little topic or something that you can derive from. Have you ever heard the term curiosity killed the cat? I know I have. And so we're going to use that platform to go into the word inquisitive regarding husbands today. All right, so now regarding the word inquisitive, we're going to look at two ways to look at it. One way could be helpful and the other way could be harmful. And to that end, we're going to start with the first one. The first one is looking at it from a positive standpoint. The inquisitive part for us, a husband role would be asking questions. And what I mean by that is asking questions to your spouse or directly toward your children for the basic knowledge of learning the level of where they're at in their lives. And the reason why that's important is because when we ask questions based on their level, the more knowledge we obtain from them about them so they can go up higher or learn more or grow. We want to also look at that knowledge as a key to a part of them growing with you and understanding and developing that type of relationship. And so we want to look at that as being inquisitive, not being negative. We want to be positive about those questions and then deriving those questions or using those questions to help us understand where they are in their lives and then put your input into them based on what you learned from what they're doing or what they've answered on those questions. Okay. So now those things are very important on a positive note. So now let's look at the secondary part. The secondary part is the harmful part. That is based on temptation. Temptation gives an outlook of this. The grass is always greener on the other side. So that fence that you cross is something over there that's drawing you over there. And that temptation could cause you to be full-fledged and start doing things that you know you're not supposed to be doing. Here's an example of that. Okay, that example would be illegal activity, idolizing your achievements and putting those achievements over your family and your spouse, or even worse, infidelity. And so let's ask a question in the middle of this. That question is, how does this come about? That's a major question. I'm glad you asked that. So let's look at what the Bible says about this. The Bible says in Proverbs 27:20, let's read that. It says, just as death and destruction are not satisfied, so human desire is never satisfied. What does that mean? And so God is showing a comparison of two things. He says death is seeking for something to die. And then you have two is where our human desire keeps on trying to evolve off of that particular nature. So if we get tempted by something, our desire is going to keep on trying to go after that temptation until it is broken. And that's the part where we have to look at. How do we break this cycle? Another good question. So here's what I would like you to look at. When we're talking about breaking a cycle is where you have to stop one thing and start another. Or we have to take something out and replace it with something else. This is a practice that we would have to look at regarding temptation. Once that temptation is in us, we have to pluck it out and then not leave it empty, replace it with something else to help us grow. What does that do? What does that add to us in that nature? That is also a good question as well. So now we go from showing signs of death. What I mean by that is showing signs of temptation that will lead us astray to a point where there's life that's introduced to us And then we take that example and keep repeating it and keep rehearsing it until we get it down and it becomes our second nature, if you will. So those things will build upon your life and help you establish yourself as a husband and a father in your home. If you struggle with that, if it's a problem, then you have to remember to go back to where you started, where you plucked something out and put something in. And we always know that God's word works based on the fact that he knows us. He knows how we react. He knows what we do. He knows how we think. So he knows those things. He knows how to fix us in that regard. All right, so now my time is up. My name is Doug. This has been Date Night Ministries with Triple M, and I'll see you in the next video. Please subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.